Okay, I don't have the best equipment out there to make a YouTube video. I don't even have a proper working mic stand. I had to fix this ASAP. But hey, it is what it is. I'm just gonna roll with it. I'm using my webcam to record this video. I don't have a camera yet. Hopefully soon enough, because I really want to pursue making content in the future. But hey, for the time being, I think this would work. So bear with me. Hi, I'm Herbert and welcome to the UR channel. I'm not gonna say the whole name because it's freaking long, but this is a random video because I never thought I would make this video initially, but I thought I would share my opinions on some things about this title. As you can see below this video, I'm gonna review the Razer Viper Mini. Yes, the camera will go in and out of focus from time to time, but yeah. So I'm gonna review this mouse. I've been using it for about a week, 2 weeks and a half, maybe. I'm not too sure. I'll put the proper period of time that I've used this mouse so far. But yeah, less than a month, I'll say that. And so far, I'm pretty happy with what I have been using, considering I don't really use a lot of gaming mice in the past. In fact, I started with a really basic wired mouse by Logitech, one of those office mouse, and then I started using a really cheap gaming mice. It's not really gaming, it's just really cheap, but it looks very gamery-ish. I don't know the term. And then I transitioned to another cheap mouse, not as cheap. In fact, I'm gonna get it. Okay, so I transitioned into this ClipTech gaming mouse, which is I mean, it lasted me for quite a bit, almost 2 years in fact. It's not really the type of mouse that I would recommend anyone use unless you really want to torture yourself with how heavy this mouse is for gaming. But if you're one of those people that just do work and editing or all that kind of stuff, then yeah, I would definitely recommend this. Unfortunately, I don't think they still make this anymore because for some reason I couldn't find anything about ClipTech gaming brand. So yeah, I don't know where they've been. So there's that. So anyway, I transitioned then into the Logitech G102, which is a far more expensive gaming mouse. Not expensive, but still slightly pricey for Malaysians, at least. For typical Malaysians, I would say it's about 100 ringgit. I think I spent on it. In fact, let me get that box. Okay, so I have the box right here. I can't really show it properly. There you go. The Logitech G102. I think this is a very hot selling gaming mouse in Malaysia. I see a lot of people using this, and I can see why, because despite being by Logitech G, it is at least a little more affordable for a premium brand gaming mice, and also the fact that it has, well, RGB. Who doesn't love RGB? And yeah, my light just went out. Yeah, we're back apparently. I hope the light stays on because this production is really scuffed. And then I transitioned to right now, which is the Razer Viper Mini that I'm currently using. I will get into that later on as to why I transitioned to this mouse. But yes, I'm gonna get into that later. So that is my first opening thoughts about this mouse so far. So this review is not necessarily going too deep into the technical stuff, the specification of this mouse. If anything, I'm gonna include everything on the screen for you to look at, because talking about it is gonna waste your time, and I'm just not gonna do that. I'm just gonna go straight into it, tell you whether you should get this mouse or you shouldn't get this mouse. And at the end of the day, the decision is yours. So I'm just gonna let you know how this mouse works for me so far. Okay, now some of you might be wondering,
Dude, why did you buy Razer products? They're all cheap and they break really fast.
Razer are always pricey for their stuff. They sell really expensive gaming equipment.
and to that I say, yeah, it's a little bit pricier than my previous mouse, which is a Logitech G102, but it's not as pricey as a lot of people might think for a Razer product. This is probably one of the more affordable product by Razer. It only cost me $139, at least on Shopee, but I'm pretty sure it's $139 everywhere, including retail stores. So $139 for a gaming mouse by Razer, that is, hey, that who can complain? It's actually not that bad, to be honest. It's actually super light, but I'm gonna get into that later on, because once again, I have to mention it's only 139 ringgit, which is, whew, for a mouse this good. I'm thoroughly impressed by how Razer is implementing all the gaming stuff to this mouse. Okay, so maybe some of you might be really curious as to what's inside the box and all that kind of stuff. Unfortunately, obviously, I've opened it. It's out of the box, and I've been using it for more than 2 weeks now. So I'm just gonna show you the box. I'm not really gonna do some like super detailed unboxing, because if you want to see that, a lot of YouTubers have done that. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna waste your time, but I'm gonna just show you the box real quick. There you go. So it's a really tiny box. This is my hand. My hand is really big. So okay, so your mouse will come in this like egg bag. I don't know what material this is, but it keeps it in there. Your mouse is positioned in here, and then it comes with a manual. It comes with a manual, and just like Apple, they give you 3 stickers. The packaging, I would say, is super simple. It's really straightforward, actually, and I really appreciate that. Yeah, that's props to Razer for making a really non-complicated packaging. So now I'm gonna get into the first impression of this mouse. When I first put it in my hand, it's super light. It's 61 grams. I didn't weigh it though, but I've looked through everything about it, like the marketing material reviews by YouTubers, and they all say it's 61 grams, so I'm just gonna believe it. But it definitely feels super light. It is super light. It's super small. Again, hand for comparison, I have really huge non-human like hand, so this is how it fits in my hand. And some of you might be wondering, if I have a big hand, why do I go with this mouse? And the simple answer is, this is the best option for me right now. Yes, it's tiny compared to my hand, but I got really used to it after like a few hours of gaming. I didn't have any complaint. Really, it's really super comfortable, surprisingly. I was actually expecting it to be a little less comfortable than my G102, but for this, it's actually a little bit smaller, and surprisingly, I find it really comfortable, and I don't feel any soreness, tiredness after hours of gaming. I personally feel like I perform better with this mouse. But yes, so far the first impression that I've had when I first got this is that it's super light. It works perfectly. So it's pretty much a standard gaming mouse when it comes to the buttons and all that stuff. You got your left and right, you got your scroll wheel, you got your forward and back button. I think that's what they call it. Oh, and also you have the DPI button, which is I really appreciate the DPI button, because in my Razer settings on my profiles, I only have 2 DPIs saved, which is 600 and 1600. 600 for gaming, 1600 for like everyday use and doing work. And yeah, I really appreciate having this button so that I can switch when I do work, and then when I want to game, I can just press it again to game. So now I guess we can talk about the performance, which is all I can say in summary is that it's awesome. It's the best gaming mouse I've used so far. If you see other like tech YouTuber that reviewed this mouse, and they all said that this is one of the best light gaming mouse out there by Razer. And honestly, yeah, I agree. It's really impressive, despite its size for my hand, especially. I can game for hours and hours until I get super tired. But yeah, gaming with this has been a pleasure. Now the gaming software that Razer has implemented for this mouse, which is called Razer Synapse, has been working actually pretty fine. I don't find it fully featured for this mouse, unfortunately. For the mouse, you can customize the buttons, you can change the settings and all that kind of stuff. I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but you can go into like other YouTubers talking about it. I'm just gonna make it really brief. As for the DPI or sensitivity, you can actually add up to 5 stages, which is actually pretty sick. But I don't think you need all 5 stages. I really just have to, which I explained earlier. One is for gaming and one is for everyday use. So yeah, you don't really need 5 stages, but you know, it's nice to have them, I guess. And if you have a Razer mouse pad to go with the Viper Mini, you can actually calibrate the mouse, make it so that it's fully tuned in. Unfortunately, I just wish that they have the option to calibrate with non-Razer mouse pad, because yeah, I don't use a Razer mouse pad, so it's kind of unfortunate that I don't get the option to do that, but it is what it is. And finally, because it's a Razer mouse, you do have chroma lighting effects. Basically, you have a lot of lighting options. I'm not gonna get into that, but you can look it up yourself. There's a lot of different lighting effects. Go figure. There's nothing much to add about it. It's Razer Chroma, one of the best lighting effects on any gaming products. Yeah, it's all cool. Now I can't really say much about, you know, my experience with gaming mouse before, because I only used 2 before this, and they're all pretty okay experience, which I will get into now as to why I switched to this mouse when before I used the Logitech G102. Oh my god, it's been a while since I've used this, and already it feels a little heavier. It's still pretty light when I first used it. By no means it's heavy or anything, but oh my god, compared to the Viper Mini though, ooh, this feels a little heavier, I will say that. G102 hyper speed, what do they call it? Light speed, I think. It has RGB, obviously. Viper Mini, G102. How do I get a better shot at this? There you go, that's better, right? And I'm gonna get straight to the point as to why I switched from this to the Viper Mini. Simple. This mouse has a bad double clicking issue. Now, this is something that I've never noticed before, but until recently, when I was using this mouse, I noticed that whenever I click once, it registers 2 clicks, which is strange. Obviously, I was caught really off guard by it, and I thought it's some kind of software issue, some driver issue in Windows, I don't know. But apparently it's a common issue with the G102. I have no idea. I should have looked into this before I bought this mouse, because it's a really big issue. A lot of people had the same double clicking on the left click. The switch on the left click has already been broken, which is why I can't even use this even if I wanted to. But yeah, it's really unfortunate, because Logitech have done a really good job at making the design of this mouse feel really nice in the hand. It fits my palm really nicely. It's one of the most comfortable mouse that I've ever used. It's just unfortunate that I have mine with the double clicking issue, and I actually have friends that use the same exact mouse. He also said that he has double clicking issue and he switched to the G305. I mean, we'll see what happens to his G305, but as far as I know, the 102 has a really bad double clicking experience, and it really threw me off, and I hated it. It's honestly impressive how Razer made this mouse so light, and it works so well. I haven't even mentioned that they use their own optical switch, if I'm not mistaken. So, which means they use light instead of mechanical switch. Obviously I have no idea what I'm talking about, but I'm gonna include some kind of diagram in somewhere on my face to show you exactly the difference between the switch that they use here and a typical mechanical switch on some other gaming mouse. So yeah, final thoughts on this mouse. It's great. I gotta say, it's really good value, even though it's 139, which is, you know, it's a little bit pricier for Malaysians, but honestly, it's the best value you can get from a Razer mouse that is this light and it performs super well. You get really good performance from it. So far I have no issue with it. Maybe some people have issue with it, I don't know. I've never experienced any problems with it so far. Definitely worth checking out if you're looking into getting a gaming mouse that is light, that is not as expensive, and has RGB. I mean, everyone loves RGB, so that's pretty much it, I guess. That's all I have to say about this mouse. I know it's a random video. I don't make reviews at all, so I do apologize if I get anything wrong. But yeah, that's all I have to say about the Razer Viper Mini. Thank you so much for watching this video. Do check out my other stuff that I do. I also stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/bert_ho. I'm gonna put the links everywhere down there in the descriptions. Check out my socials, check out the other videos that I've made on this channel. So if you want to see me reviewing other stuff, just let me know in the comments. Let me know how this video is, whether I've done a good job at it or not. It doesn't matter. Feedbacks are always appreciated. And once again, thank you for watching, and I'll be signing off. Goodbye.